Good evening and welcome. This is Sandman signing on, and the ship I have in front of me today is a Vanguard Warden made by Aegis Dynamics. So, just like my Saber from the previous video, you should see some design similarities between the two because they have the same manufacturer. Now, standard, this thing comes equipped with a gimbaled size 4 Gatling gun under the nose here, and something you got to remember about gimbaling weapons is when you gimbal a weapon, it actually makes the hard point that the gimbal is on a size smaller so the weapon can move. So it's kind of a trade-off. I have swapped out that gimbaled Gatling gun for a size 5 laser repeater because I don't like split loadouts. I hate having two different reticles and trying to load out or line up two different sets of weapons on a target. It's a lot easier for me to just either point the nose or chase it with my mouse. One or the two, not both. So that's why I went to this setup. And I like it. If they had a size 5 Gatling gun, please CIG, please give us a size 5 Gatling gun. I would put that on the nose instead of this. Now, I have also swapped out the stock laser repeaters for the nose. This is something that the Aegis series has that is unique. There are weapons specific to the series. There are a few ships out there that have hull specific weapons. I swapped mine out for these laser repeaters here on the nose. There are actually only 2 of them there. Looks like there might be 4, but there are 2, I assure you. And so you got that, and then you have a turret on the top that has 2 size 2 hardpoints, and this one has sawbuck repeaters on it. And just to show you that I am not lying to you, 2 weapon slots, 1, 2, and then you got the nose. Oh wait, nope, there's 4 of those Gatling gun, or of those nose guns. I stand corrected. Alrighty, there are 4. I am just a silly man who knows nothing. So that is the case right there. I have 4 laser repeaters there, size 2 laser repeaters. Those are size 2 hardpoints. You can only mount fixed weapons there. You cannot do gimbaled. So the Vanguard line is interesting because it is modular, and as you can see, you got a missile rack right there on that wing and a missile rack right there on that wing. They are open. The missiles are showing. This thing holds actually surprisingly quite a few missiles, 16 of them. This is a heavy fighter, and it is meant to be a long-range heavy fighter. I promise you that. There might be some folks that disagree, but the way that it is set up, it is meant to be a long-range heavy fighter. It works great for bounty hunting. I love it for that. Now, there's a couple variants of this. There's the Hoplite, there's the Sentinel, and there is Hoplite, Sentinel, the Warden. I want to say there's 5 variants total, but those are the 3 that I can remember off the top of my head. They all use the same hull. The difference is going to be the intended mission of it and its equipment loadout. And by intended mission, I will show you that here in a second. Oh, there's a bomber too. Vanguard Retaliator? No, not a Retaliator. Because the Retaliator is a different thing. But there is a Vanguard Bomber variant. So, like with the Saber, the wings sweep back when it is landed. And as I mentioned during my Saber video, so you got wheels on the front. And then on the back, I have track. Why you wouldn't do track all the way around or wheels all the way around, I don't know. But this is one that I really badly want to do a rolling takeoff with because I think it'd be neat. This is a fighter meant to take off in atmosphere. Look at the size of the engines on this beastie. Like these two long tails are also the engines. You follow them all the way forward, and you got your intake up here. More missiles down here on the bottom. This thing has a whopping total of 16 missiles. Not as many as my Cuddy, but it's still a lot of missiles. This makes a great bounty hunter. If I haven't said that yet, I don't think I can say that enough. So you got these support struts. One of the things I've noticed, honestly, is that this section of the engine gets shot off all too frequently. It's like they're perfect. Oh. Alright, so you enter through this back ramp here, just like this. It drops down. We're going to close this door behind us. Close the door. Stop being silly. And then we're going to come up here. Your quantum drive is right here. Womp. Quantum drive. Look at this thing. Quantum drive. So you got your quantum drive there. That is one of your subcomponents. So we're going to open this door. And you have to be careful while clicking on this thing. Now, I told you that there's different variations. This is right here. This space right here is really what sets them apart. The hoplite is a dropship. So this space will not be set up like this. It will have seats for the people you are dropping to sit in. And basically you fly down, you'll open the ramp, and they'll all charge out like the Marines they are. So this is a long-range heavy fighter. You can see it has a little kitchenette. There is a nice weapons rack here. Let's see if this weapon rack only lets me close things. Why does it do this to me? I got a storage locker here. I can't wait for localized inventory to be a thing. And you can open the door here, and there's a bathroom, complete with. I did not want to close that door yet. Complete with a sink that does not function yet. A first aid kit, a shower, which showers are actually being able to bathe is going to be important to the reputation system in the future because, well, you will earn reputation with NPCs, and let's face it, if you stink, people don't like you. So, and then you even got a toilet. Like, this ship, literally, Aegis went, we thought of it all. And I think it's really neat that they did this with this long-range heavy fighter. I would love to do escort missions on it. So the bomber variant, this area, of course, is replaced with a bomb bay. Got the Vanguard Warden, the Vanguard Sentinel, the hoplite. I forget what the Sentinel does. There's an EM one that is an anti-quantum. You have this engineering station here, which there is no functionality for it yet, but it's nice. It's neat. Up here is your access to the turret, which if I stand like right here and I click, yep, there it goes. It's throwing me in the turret. It's just really weird. I have ended up in this turret more times than I intended to accidentally, but it is not nearly as aggravating as the one on the Freelancer. That one I just ended up in all the time. There we go. So let's get the turret powered on. And this is your turret. Let's see if I can give you a good look at. I cannot. Okay. I was going to try and give you guys a look at the missiles up front through the turret. I was hoping it would let me, but it will not. So, but this is the turret. You actually have comms here along with target. You have 4 MDFs here. And I think that's pretty good. Actually, you got 5 because you got this radar here. So, You got pretty good statuses of everything and all of that. So let's. We don't want to. Here we go. We want to exit the turret. Let us out of the turret. So I think it's a pretty slick turret. It looks clean. It matches the ship. So kitchenette, cooking will be a thing in the future. Eating is already a thing, but they are going to expand it. Here is where your avionics suite will go when they implement the avionics suites. I am looking forward to that. I want to see how they do it. It almost looks like the racks here are very similar to our Zeus fasteners on aircraft, which I think is pretty cool. It's just missing a little wire. I guess it's nothing like it. It reminds me more of like a server rack, I guess. Never mind. I retract my statement. But, hey, whatever. Annual release. For what? They put a lot of detail into these. You got 2 beds here. I believe this ship is designed to be operated by a crew of, because it is designed to be a military ship, by a crew of 2 to 4. And my logic for that is going back to the whole concept of hot bunking, is you have 2 pilots and basically 2 gunners slash engineers. So, or everyone can basically occupy the same role, and whoever's just in the pilot seat when it, things go down is in the pilot seat. But this would be a good long-range patrol craft. So we're going to come back here. We're going to close this door. Unlike the Cuddy, it does not close behind you, which is sad. But hey, whatever. Realism, right? Over here, shield generator. We'll open that one. That one. You got 2 of them. This ship is tanky. You've heard me brag about it being tanky. It is a flying tank. You saw the treads. Flying tank. No debate about it. Then you got a power plant there. And a power plant there. So all the power you can want. Like, literally all the power you could want. So, we're going to open this. Nothing in that one. I believe that is just life support. Life support systems have not been implemented in the game. It makes me sad that it's going to have such a small life support system. But hey, it's a long-range fighter meant to fly out of a base and stay out maybe for a couple days, not for months on end. So we're going to open this one and open this one. 2 cooling modules. Need big coolers for big power plants. Close. Close. So I do like how most of your modularness is going to be contained right here. Easy to access, easy to find. You're not hunting all over the ship for it. It's just here. So let's hop in the seat here. Slide forward. Now, like the Saber, again, the HUD. I got the HUD right there. I got the target, and I got my self-status, which are both right there on my lower MDFs. Just like the Saber, I tend to swap one out for weapons, one out for comms. Done deal. So, we'll look around the flight deck here. And, like, again, note the similarities just in the MDFs between Aegis and that Aegis uses between the Saber and this. You figure, like real world, if you have a factory that's already churning out a product and you want to make a different model but that uses a lot of the same stuff, like Ford doesn't sit there and reinvent the engine or their suspension for all their Ford vehicles. You'll tend to find that all Fords made of a certain year and of a certain size will have the same engine. Whether it's an Explorer or an F-150, chances are, if they're both 6 cylinders, they're both the same 6 cylinder, right? And it is going to be the same for like the bells and whistles on the inside, and a lot of the wiring harness even. So it's kind of that same concept. They're already building spaceships, so they're not going to reinvent the wheel by redoing their cockpits every time. No, they're going to throw the MDFs they have available in the flight decks and just keep producing because it's already cheap to produce what you are already making, rather than retool for something completely new. So, let's see here. I have shown this in my Saber extensively in a lot of my gameplay videos because I enjoy doing the bounty hunting loop, and both of those ships are good for it. And I love the level of detail in this. I love all the switches. I love all the buttons. I wish I could touch them all and flip them all because that would be awesome. But I cannot. This ship does not bother me nearly as much, having all the missiles and stuff out in the open. But the missile bays, just like on the Saber, are open automatically when you turn things on, and you have to turn them off to close things. Because now if you look, you don't see them anymore, right? They're gone. Where did they go? No more missiles. Right? Aside from these that are mounted externally. But the internal missiles are now hidden. I hope at some point CIG sets it up to where I don't have to turn them off for them to stay hidden. I would like them to stay hidden at all times and pop up only when they're being fired or when I have a target lock. I'd be okay with them opening when I have a target lock. But if I don't have a target lock, stay closed. Because real world, having those missile bays open is just more things that radar returns can reflect off of, and it just makes it easier for people to see. You see, there's those missile bays open right there. I really like how they did them. I like how it's just a little panel that slides back, and it's like, hi, say hello to my friends. We're going to shoot you and blow you up. So that is the Aegis Vanguard Warden. Here's a nice little exterior shot of it. Let's take it up, and then I will let you guys see it in the flight configuration. I'm going to shut those doors, and we're going to go back. And wait a minute. I keep forgetting that I do this. There we go. Engines are online. So we're going to take off. Stop it. Why are you doing this? Because that's why. Alright. One thing that I should have remembered is to turn free look off. So let's open the wings and let's just adjust the camera here. And we're gonna take this thing for we're gonna take this thing for a spin. So full throttles. Womp. And there's the ocean that keeps blowing me up. Let's fly out over it a little. But as you can see, this is actually a really sleek looking ship in flight. So let's slow it down a little. We'll pull back on the throttle. Come back to the flight deck here for a second. What are we at right now? We are at 75 meters per second. We'll look out here, look down at the ocean. I wonder if I just go swimming in there if I die. We'll test that later, because it's a beach. I want to enjoy it. So, flight deck here, we're going to come back. We're going to go some free look, and this is what it looks like flying. Now, let's fire some weapons. So, there's the big laser repeater. There's the little laser repeaters. When this thing bears down on people, it just bears down. It has enough firepower to make some people very sad. I don't know why my missile days are opening and closing, but I'm about to crash into the ocean. And I'm fairly certain, given how everything else just goes kaboom, that would be a bad thing. So let's not do that. Alrighty, we're going to head back in. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Aegis Vanguard Warden. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, what you'd like to see more of, what kind of gameplay you'd like to see in the future. 313 is, or 313 is supposed to be coming out soon. So please let me know what you want to see. I would love to show you guys off the Crusader Hercules. I think that'd be awesome. They're big cargo ship that can hold a tank. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys the tank when it gets released. Because I bought myself one when it was first war bonded. So, that being said, hope to see you all in the verse soon. This is Sandman, signing off.